Where will my classes and student services be located? So at UNB Fredericton, all of your classes and student services will be located on the UNB Fredericton campus. If you go on Google Maps, the Fredericton campus is this area in beige here. And if you Google UNB campus map, the first thing that will come up is this interactive map based on Google Maps where you can search for different kinds of buildings. And the second thing that comes up is this PDF version of the campus map, which you will also be given when you come to UNB in a physical copy. And on the back of this PDF map are the answers to some common questions like where the libraries are, where the residence buildings are, where you can get food, etc. But right now I'm just going to turn to the Google Map version because it's full screen and show you where some things are on campus. So this gray area, or this beige area, is the campus, but this part here is UNB, and this part here is mostly St. Thomas. So even though it's all campus, most of your classes and resources will be on this side. So first I'll show you some of the residences. The only residence that isn't really close to the other things on UNB is the McLeod House up at the top of campus. It's not as close to your classes as some of the other residences will be, but it's still fairly close. It's still on campus, and it has its own meal hall, so that's kind of nice. Elizabeth Parr Johnson residence, also called New Res, is right here, and that is the apartment style residence on campus. So if you want to cook for yourself, you're likely to be in this residence. We also have some residences here: Joy Kidd, Lady Dunn, and Tibbetts. And we have some other residences here. This is called the Quad, and it has Bridges, Neil, Harrison, and Neville houses, and Aiken House, the all-men's residence, is right next to them. And the final residence is down here at the bottom of the hill. This is Lady Beaverbrook residence. It's a very nice residence as well, very close to the engineering buildings. So then I'll show you where the student services are. You can see where I am right now, the C.C. Jones House. This has many of your student services, including the Student Health Center, counseling services, financial aid, etc. Those are all right here. And across the street, this little tiny square right here is Neville Homestead, and that has employment services in it. The meal hall for residences is right here. The Student Union building is up here. The Student Union building houses the pub, the nightclub, also the sexuality center, the women's center, and it has different food places like a Tim Hortons, and it also has a hairdresser shop and a jewelry shop, things like that. So I'll show you where your classes are going to be. Your classes will mostly be on this side of campus, where this is more of the resident student services side. This side is more of the academic buildings. So the engineering buildings are all down here in Head Hall. That's just kind of this whole complex here is Head Hall. And nursing is up here. Forestry and geology are here. And then the science buildings are grouped together right here. The arts classes and business classes mostly take place in Carleton, Tilley, and Singer, and also in Kierstead Hall. And there are various libraries scattered through, like there's a science library down here and an engineering building, library down by the engineering building. But the main Harriet Irving Library is right up here at the top. Some of the other buildings on campus include the bank and the bookstore, which is found over here where it says Bank of Montreal. That has the bookstore right next to it. And that's about it for buildings on campus. You'll get used to it very quickly. Oh, also the law building is up here, kind of close to the library. And it also has its own law library in it as well. So that's the campus. You'll find your way around pretty quickly.